Coco Gauff stuns fans by rejecting $1 million Corvette gift moments after China Open victory. The Beijing night. Air shimmered with electric energy. Fireworks danced over the National Tennis Center as Coco Gauff raised her arms to the roaring applause of thousands. She had just clinched the China Open title, defeating Anna Sabalenka in a 3-set thriller that many would call the match of the year. Cameras flashed. Fans screamed her name, waving American flags and handmade posters that read, "Coco equals courage. The future is now." At just 21, Gauff had become a symbol not just of athletic greatness, but of humility, grace, and social consciousness. Every swing of her racket carried not just power, but purpose. As she made her way to the winner's podium, the spotlight followed. Her golden, blinding, and beautiful. But the moment that would make global headlines wasn't her speech, her trophy, or even her smile. It was what she refused to take, the offer minutes after. Her victory, tournament officials wheeled out a sleek scarlet-red Corvette, Z06, worth over $1 million. After customization, the luxury car gleamed under the lights, a symbol of speed and prestige, just like Coco herself. The announcer, microphone trembling with excitement, declared, "Ladies and gentlemen," as a token of appreciation and in recognition of her incredible achievement, our title sponsor like to gift Miss Coco Gauff this limited edition 2025 Corvette. The crowd erupted. Some fans gasped, some shouted, "She deserves it." Others pulled out phones, capturing the moment they assumed would be her joyous acceptance. Coco turned to look at the car. Her expression softened. Then unexpectedly, she shook her head. "Thank you so much," she said calmly, into mic, "but I can't accept this." A hush fell over the stadium. Was she serious? The announcer blinked, unsure if it was a misunderstanding. "Excuse me, Coco, did you say?" "Yes," she said with a smile. "It's an incredible gesture, but I can't take it. There's something more important to me right now." The crowd went silent, the air heavy with confusion and curiosity. A lesson beyond luxury. Later in the press room, journalists from all over the world gathered. Still stunned, one reporter asked, "Coco, you just turned down $1 million gift after one of the biggest wins of your career. Why?" Coco leaned forward, her expression sincere but resolute. "Because life isn't about collecting trophies or cars," she said. "It's about meaning, about using what you have to lift others. I've seen kids who can't afford rackets, shoes, or even meals. If I accepted that Corvette, I'd feel like I missed an opportunity to make a difference." Her words struck the room like lightning. So I asked the sponsor to instead redirect the value of that car into youth sports programs, especially for underprivileged kids in Asia and Africa. A murmur of admiration rippled through the crowd. Coco continued, her voice steady. "Luxury fades, but opportunity lasts forever. The internet reacts." Within minutes, social media exploded on X, formerly Twitter. Hashtags began trending globally. Hashtag Coco the champion, hashtag more than tennis number 1 million lesson. Fans flooded her timeline with admiration. She didn't just win a title, she won the world's respect. Coco Gauff just rejected a Corvette and turned it into hope. That's power. Imagine being that young and that wise, a true role model. Some even joked, "If Coco doesn't want it, I'll take the Corvette." But behind the humor was deep respect. She had taken a moment that could have been purely material and turned it into a message of humanity. Even Serena Williams reposted the clip on Instagram with the caption, "Proud of you, little sis." That's what greatness really looks like, the backstory of a champion's heart. To understand Coco's decision, one must rewind to her roots. Growing up in Delray Beach, Florida, she wasn't born. Into immense privilege, her parents, Candy and Coco Gauff, instilled in her not only discipline but gratitude. Her father, once a basketball player, taught her that humility was strength. Her mother, an educator, taught her that talent without kindness is meaningless. Coco often recalled a story from her childhood about how she once saw another girl cry because she couldn't afford to enter a local tournament. That stuck with me. Coco told Sports Illustrated years later, I promised myself that if I ever made it, I'd use my platform to make tennis more accessible. And she meant it. Before the China Open, Coco had quietly launched the Play It For Foundation, which funded tennis clinics in developing regions. Her focus was always clear: expand opportunity, not ego. So when that Corvette rolled out, she didn't see luxury. She saw potential, a sponsor surprise reaction. The sponsor representatives, executives from a luxury car brand, were initially taken aback. No one had ever refused such a high-profile prize. But Coco's humility moved them. Within 24 hours, the company issued a statement. We fully respect Coco Gauff's choice and are inspired by her integrity. We will honor her request to allocate the equivalent value of the Corvette toward youth athletic development programs across Asia. The announcement went viral again. The gesture had not only doubled the event's publicity, it had created an impact that would last for generations. A conversation with her coach. That night, long after the stadium lights dimmed, Coco sat on a bench outside the Players' Hotel, cooling down with her coach, Pariah. He smiled at her, shaking his head. You just gave away $1 million, he said, laughing softly. She chuckled. I know. You sure about it? She nodded. Coach, I don't play tennis for cars. I play for meaning. For every kid who thinks they're not enough. That's what keeps me on the court when things get hard. Reflections at sunset. Months later, back home in Florida, Coco drove her modest electric SUV down the coast road. The sunset painted the sky in hues of orange and violet. She passed a group of kids practicing tennis near community center with a fresh sign, Coco Gauff Youth Tennis Program. Dreamed fearlessly. She parked, walked over, and watched from behind the fence. A little girl, barely 8, hit a forehand and shouted, Did you see that, coach? Coco smiled. Yes, she thought. I see it. In that moment, she understood that the true gift was never Corvette. It was this, the energy, the dreams, the hope she had helped ignite. A legacy in motion. Sports history will remember Coco Gauff for her titles. The U.S. Open, the China Open, the Grand Slams yet to come. But generations will remember her for her choices. The moments when she chose compassion over consumerism and meaning over materialism. She became more than an athlete. She became a movement. As one sports columnist wrote, Coco didn't just drive away from the spotlight. She redirected it toward a brighter future. The power of saying no. A year later, when asked again about the Corvette, Coco laughed softly. That car probably looked great in my driveway, she admitted, but it looks even better when it becomes a school for dreamers. She paused, then added something that defined her legacy. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say in life is no, because it means you're saying yes to something greater. And with that, Coco Gauff didn't just drive away from a $1 million prize. She drove the world forward. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next,